the Hangout on air is live. That's the notice that I see here. And my name is Vance Stevens, and I'm in Al Ain, United Arab Emirates. And this is Learning Together, episode 320, I believe. Yeah, 320. And it's the 28th of February, 2016, in case you're watching the recording. And we're here with Nathan Beyerlein, and Rose Bard, and Mariana Smolchitz. And Nathan is a blogger for TEFLexpress, and he's asked to interview the moderators here at EVO Minecraft MOOC. Mariana and Rose and I just got through doing a 5-week session about that, so we're going to talk about that. And we were just asking Nathan to introduce himself, and he was just about to do it. And could I say to Rose also, could you just mute your mic? I think it's sound is coming from, yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect, pure sound, wonderful. Okay, so Nathan, how are you? You say you're in Hoi An. That's one of my favorite cities in Vietnam, by the way.
Yeah, so I'm in Hoi An, Vietnam right now, which, yeah, it's beautiful weather. This is kind of a ideal time of year to be here if you're ever planning on visiting Hoi An. But, yeah, and I do some work with TEFLexpress, as Vance was saying. So TEFLexpress offers online courses for people who want to get a TEFL degree. They also they do some work with IELTS. But the blog, I'm kind of separate from all that. So my task is just to try and help out teachers. So I usually just post every week with different things that I'm kind of considering or doing some research on, like different kinds of writing activities or reading activities. And so when I heard about the Minecraft for Learning course, I was really interested in how that could potentially be used for TEFL learning.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
For TEFL teaching, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is talking about the Electronic Village Online EVO session. We call it EVO. It's Electronic Village Online. It's something that's electronic. It comes from TESOL and TESOL.org. You know, TESOL, Teachers of English to Speakers of Other Languages. In TESOL, there's a Cal IS interest section, and the Cal IS interest section runs an electronic village, a physical space at the conference each year, and about 16 years ago they decided to extend that to an online space. So Electronic Village Online was started, and so we're in the 16th year of that, and the 2nd year of EVO Minecraft MOOC. And the way we do this is teachers propose sessions. We proposed EVO Minecraft MOOC to last year, and you asked in one of your questions that you sent us, how is it for rank beginners? I was a rank beginner. I think Mariana was pretty much a rank beginner. So was Rose. I don't know how rank beginner we were. I mean, we obviously were interested in Minecraft. We knew about it, and I also was getting very intrigued about its potential for education. Mariana has a son, a young prodigy named Philip, and Philip was learning really English very well through Minecraft. So I'm also the editor of the TESL EJ, which is an electronic journal, TESL EJ. I'm an editor actually of the On the Internet section. And Mariana has contributed there, and she's also joined us at Learning Together often. And so I asked her to write something about how Philip was learning English so well through using Minecraft. And through this, she interviewed Philip. She wrote down what Philip said and her opinion, her experiences. So that was one part of the article. And then I wrote another part where I researched what had been going on with English language classes. And one of the people was, a couple of them were Dave Dodgson and also Jeff Kuhn. And we asked both of those people to join us when we actually decided to propose the EVO Minecraft MOOC. So for our first year, we had Jeff and Dave. Dave didn't really, he was, well, anyway, I should say, by comparison, Jeff was set up the server, has recruited other people at Ohio University, Aaron Schwartz, for example, and is with us in the second year here. But that's basically how we got started. It was not, we weren't people who knew how to play Minecraft. We kind of flipped it. I used to talk about flipping the moderator experiences, because most moderators know a topic, and so they propose to deliver it to other people. But my motivation was to learn about Minecraft. How are you going to learn it? You know, if you don't get in with a bunch of people who are also learning, or who know their stuff and can help you to learn it, and you need a community to do that, and you need a server, and I didn't have a server, but you know, all these things came together with EVO Minecraft MOOC. So that's how I got into it. I didn't mean to go on for very long and not let other people talk, but that's probably anticipating a few things that you're going to ask us about.
No, definitely. That was pretty concise. Just as a quick follow-up to what you said, so how many years have you been using Minecraft then? How many years was this for you?
I've had it on my computers, but I didn't really know what to do with it until I finally got, last year, I got into EVO Minecraft MOOC, and you can ask Mariana and Rose about their experiences as well. The people that we interact with know a lot about Minecraft. They're just blowing our minds, really. But Rose has certainly picked it up and actually has had some time for it, and Mariana is helped by her son. I've also had my sons helping me from time to time. So you know, it's really great if you can get around people who know, can help you with just basic things. And so what we're basically doing is we really didn't know. I didn't know how to do. I can really hardly build myself right now. I'm going to start reading these books rather seriously, and also there are an interesting thing is that Thorsten, one of the people we've interacted with, commented that he showed some of the people who, like Aaron, for example, Aaron Schwartz, set up a space at the spawn point in our server, and it shows you how to make different tools. And Thorsten's students said, oh, this is thinking like a teacher. If you want to know how to make tools, you just go on your mobile and you look it up, you know, here. And so it was interesting. I mean, for a teacher, this kind of approach helps. Oh, yeah, you can see, oh, yeah, let's put those things together, do that.
So,
yeah, but, well, it is kind of a tool. It's actually, that's another thing you asked, is it a game? It's not really a game. It's Jeff Koons says it's a toy. And in a way it is. It's kind of like Lego, or something that you would give to a kid to learn from, you know, to build things and create, you know, a set of blocks or something like that. So these blocks are quite intelligent blocks, and they work on computers, and you can put them together in various ways. You have to find the kinds of blocks you want, and you stick those together, and you can create things. So you could ask Rose about that. She's really found out a lot about Minecraft. So I'm kind of hoping I could show you on the server in my screen share over here, but it's not working from this other computer. Maybe somebody else could share a screen, because if you can go to another device and get on Minecraft over there, maybe you could share. You just join the Hangout as another participant, like I've done. And anyway, you could share your screen, and we could maybe put that on the recording.
Yeah, well, I will try to enter also. Hello, this is Mariana from Croatia, and thank you, Vance, for introducing. I will try to enter also to this Hangout just to see if I can share some of the videos that our participants have created this year. And just as Vance mentioned, in 2005, he had the idea after we have issued this article about how to use Minecraft for learning English. Yeah, 2015, right. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, how are we going to do that? And he was so eager because he really, really wanted to learn more about it. And he had an idea of having my own son, who was actually 10 at that time, to join us. And I was like, wow, he would be the youngest moderator ever in the EVO sessions. Well, he accepted it because I really had to have help. We only have one Minecraft, so in order to play, you have to buy one, and so he's the only one who can enter
I don't see where sound is coming. Okay, pause recording.
Actually,
Do you want to eat?
yeah, by using Minecraft, learn and explain and practice the English and everything else. So maybe I could write this down in Google Docs. How it was interesting for my son, because usually, according to Bloom's taxonomy, right, Rose would probably agree, and we all know that the more you learn better when you actually teach somebody else. So that's the whole point. You have noticed that kids actually learn better when they teach you, when they even are not aware of, and it's fun and interesting for them to do so. And since we have this EVO Minecraft MOOC last year for the first time in 2015, one of the my colleagues was Sanja Božinović. She was from Croatia. When she finished this first MOOC, which was a bit like out of experience for all of us, and it was our first time, she did started some of the projects with her students. Actually, she tried to use Minecraft to motivate them to learn language and vocabulary. So she was doing things like using the language, what I would probably do. She would ask them to either make presentations or maybe to tell her what do they do in Minecraft, to explain in English, how do they do this, and they would use all of the vocabulary that usually is offered for all of the players, right? You have to click this, tap this, right click, left click, go right. So it was she used them for directions, for any kind of communication, and it motivated them a lot, and they were very happy that the teacher actually was into gaming and into Minecraft. So this is what worked for her students who were about 12, 13 years of age. I teach teenagers, 14 or above, and I have never used Minecraft with them, but I know some boys have been still using. All in all, gaming is something that can be used a lot. At least you can ask your students to maybe present something for you and to share their knowledge of a certain game, to show their talent, and maybe to practice the language they have been using. And it could be fine for them to motivate themselves. So especially when they say, I can't do this, I don't know how to speak English or something like that. And I think that's one of the reasons. According to my son, he was about 8 years old when we discovered Minecraft. He was just trying to play both creative, both survival mode. In this 1 year, he was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and after that, creating his own. And he has been eager to learn more and more, and because it was fun. And it's unbelievable. Nowadays, I have been teaching some teenagers, and we have been talking about ecology and environment. And we discussed about coal and all those fuels and something like that. And they would remember the vocabulary from Minecraft. And I was like, okay, so what kind of diamonds or whatever can you create? And then the boys would use the language that I didn't even plan to maybe introduce, and they would explain. I would invite them. The girls were just looking at them. So they were very happy that they actually knew something, and they would learn that from the game, which can be very, very useful all in all. Okay, so that's a bit from me. I have noticed that Nate has asked a question if I could share a link to my blog, or whichever. I will do that. Okay.
We could probably put links like that in that document.
It would be fun,
here if you like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I haven't written much on my own personal blog. Maybe when Philip had his presentation on how he learned English. So I will share everything in the document that Vance has created for us. And I do apologize that I cannot stay any longer. I'm so sorry that the inconvenience with the connections happened. But definitely, I will ask Philip also to answer some questions. Maybe I interview him, and we can have like something that you can add up into your article.
Yeah, that article that we wrote, that Mariana and Philip wrote, that's actually the best reference. It's all documented there.
Yeah.
And Bron Stuckey, one of our co-moderators, made a really great point when she gave a talk to our group. She said that the best teacher is sometimes someone who's just learned. So I think we're all. Philip turns out to be a really neat moderator because he has because he's young. He's very intelligent, first of all, but he likes to play, and he likes to play with people. He likes to spawn rabbits everywhere, for example. Actually, now that we've learned a little bit about servers, or at least I have, I know a lot more about servers than I knew last year. Last year I didn't really know anything, but this year Philip, in fact, sometimes prompts me to give commands to the server, and of course we're learning a lot from somebody named Mircea, who is another of our participants. For example, Mircea has scripts that he showed us. The scripts are encapsulated in routines, so all you have to do is give a command that activates the routine. For example, one routine is build a house here. So you point to a block and you type in in server mode, you type in the command that activates the script, and then a block comes up. And we've also gone to, he has another block for tunneling. So you can just point at a spot on a mountain and phew, inside you just build a tunnel. And obviously he does quite a lot of fascinating builds using these scripts. So he does it really quickly, very intelligently. It's fascinating to watch and to play with. And of course, your mind goes, what he does now, Mircea, what's his last name? Percescu?
Yeah, let me just find him in the community. Yeah, that's interesting. What you have just said, Vance. Philip also was trying to write all of these shortcuts, I would say. And this is actually something that you use when you are coding. So I think that's why our son is also good in coding and using these code languages, because in these games, using in chat, you can use these shortcuts, let's say, where you can make it quicker, change from one mode into another mode. So for me, this is totally something that I'm not familiar with. But when I was trying to code when it was an hour of code, you know, on the code.org, and he was like, "Let me help you." And he was like, so quickly, just do the stuff, because he's used to it through playing Minecraft or some other game. And this is something that we are facing in the future, and I think soon all of the kids will be able to code without any problem. Let me just see, Mircea.
Yeah, Mircea mentions he teaches kids coding, and of course he takes them to this fascinating world of Minecraft, which he builds. He shows them how to do it. He shows them how they can control the code. Control the environment using code. So it's very engaging for them. And this has applications for all kinds of school subjects. The one that Philip and Mariana and I focused on was teaching English, because Philip, as an illustration, communicates with people all over the world through his video channel. He makes videos. He talks with people in English. He's very fluent now in English. And he's a native speaker of Croatian, and so that's. And Dave Dodgson also had some interesting examples about how he got some books for his son, who was he was teaching in Turkey, and he was at a school where most of the students were Turkish, but his son went to that school, and his son was interested in Minecraft, and so he went and got him a certain book in an English bookshop that was available. The first version was available also in Turkish. The students in his class, the Turkish students, had the book in Turkish, but when he got his son the advanced book, actually, this is the beginning book. The advanced book is the green one here. This is the advanced book. So when he got the advanced book, it was only available in English, and he gave it to his son. His son brought it to school. And the next thing he noticed is that his students, who didn't normally read in English, unless he forced them to, all of a sudden started acquiring this book. they were going out, they got to the English bookstore, and they went through the book. They were reading about it, in English. That's all they could do. And all of a sudden, so this is really motivating for them. As far as Mircea does, he apparently teaches math, among other things. So he sets these switches in his worlds, which if you answer questions like solve math equations, for example, then you go to other places where you can do things in his world. So there's quite a lot of subject matter there. Are you still with us, Nathan? Yes, you're still there.
Yeah. The kids get motivated, especially when they do something that they love and that they can focus on this and maybe use for any kind of learning, whether that is math or English or maybe physics or chemistry. And I know many colleagues in America have been using it to teach history and geography, especially history. I think we have mentioned that in our article, where the colleague would create, I don't know, either pyramids or something like that, or Colosseum, and he would ask students to either, or the students would create something similar and then would organize a tour or write down something about it. And this is how they actually would get familiarized and maybe remember some stuff better than they would just do maybe from just reading, because they are now using their own creativity to make something what they have been maybe talking about in the class particularly. So there are many ways of using it, and it's unbelievable that Thorsten, I think it was Thorsten, right, Vance, he showed that what his college students, they created a complete campus, right? It was a university campus in
Minecraft. High school. There's a high school.
Yeah, they're high school students. Yeah. It was identical as the original one. So they are complete, the same cities. You can have maybe a tour in Minecraft of Venice or New York or whoever.
The interesting thing about that project is they started it some years ago and then they maintained it. So, it's been a fun learning experience for them. I asked them if they were studying architecture. Apparently they're not, but they must be learning a lot about architecture. And there's a lot of incidental learning that goes on with this. And then, of course, apply this to teacher training, let's say. We're a bunch of teachers who are trying to learn. We're not really trying to learn about Minecraft. I think we're learning about gamification. So this is what I've been talking a lot about lately. So we're learning how it works. We're learning what it feels like. We go into the game and we meet other really creative teachers, and we learn how they're. Well, actually, you could look at some videos on our Linda Galen, who has put videos. If you look at her video on our Google Plus community, she walks you through pretty much what.
Yeah, I'm just going to share now in the chat in blog.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment.
Yeah, just check out any of these videos.
Okay, so that was the
Minecraft musings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the latest one. That's the Villager Recovery Center, and that's these are collaborative projects worked on by Linda and other people. I haven't been on the server for the last couple of weeks because I've just been so busy trying to catch up.
But people haven't stopped actually, and I think this is
they're still going.
The year. And people, whenever they have time, either they go back or maybe they create their own stuff. So it's nice for them to share. And maybe, for instance, since I am an English teacher, if any of how I would use these Minecraft videos, I could use them for teaching speaking or listening activities, especially if somebody is showing off their work. And I will probably watch the video, which is about 5 or a few minutes long. It doesn't matter. I will look at it carefully, prepare some questions, ask students what they have remembered, what were the keywords used, and something like that. So you can actually use it in various ways. And regarding us being learners in Minecraft and also being more facilitators to our students. So not that things are changing, but they are learning something from you, and you are gaining or learning a lot from them as well.
Yeah, these are just looking over Nathan's questions. The general questions, I think we're pretty much covering those. These questions, as an adult, is Minecraft fun? What does it remind you of? Here we are, we're talking about that. It's a lot of fun. What did you feel like you were able to connect and bond with others? Absolutely. This is really an interesting thing about it. This is the gamified environment. You know, when you enter a game, you shouldn't go in with, you don't have predictable outcomes because different things happen in the game, but everyone enjoys playing. And so, you know, the things that you learn are just so mind-boggling that you just want to go back and learn more and meet more of these interesting people who are using this in education, figure out how they're using it, how are they manipulating their world, how are they getting control of this in order to actually give it some outcomes, you know, for the students. Highlights, we just mentioned a couple of videos. What advice would you give to someone just starting out with Minecraft? You know, there's a lot of communities like ours, Minecraft Edu, Bronze Stucky, one of our co-moderators, has a number of communities. You would have come across them if we had 1 week on networking, for example. So you can find some posts about them, but of course you can join us. Nathan and I were talking about this earlier. You can still join our community. We just accepted someone today. So it's basically an EVO session. So they're welcome to come and fill out the form and get whitelisted on the server. That's basically what they have to do. So we're happy to welcome anybody who provides us with a real name and is an educator or has credentials. You know, if that is, we get a lot of requests from gamers, and we're not really accepting those. They have to be somebody that we can recognize as an educator, or as we've also had some sons of moderators, Philip, and there was one named Carlos from last year who also contributed a lot. So it's not that and they didn't really use their own names, so it doesn't really matter. But as long as we know the people, that's okay. But we're rejecting people who come in with crazy names, and we're accepting people who sound like
they're roommates. Yeah, there was also a question about the limitations. I'm just reading that one. I would just like to add that Minecraft doesn't have an audio, right? You can't talk.
He can hear us. Yeah. He can hear us, and he's asking questions here in the. He says it creates opportunities to reach students in remote areas, like in Vietnam, for example. I don't know, is that a remote area? You could certainly, I mean, I guess you're teaching ESL there, EFL, so that's okay. You can conduct your interview and type. He says you can only type. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Well, if you would like to use Minecraft with your remote students, so if you would like to have a server where they can play, they can create something, or you have created something for them and you ask them to join. The point is that they would either communicate with you using chat in Minecraft, so you could not talk to them. If you would like to talk to them, you would either have to organize, such as we have done now, either a Blab or a Google Plus Hangout or a Skype group community, where you can be talking at the same time and playing in another window. So that's the only maybe limit so far that Minecraft doesn't offer, that you can directly speak to somebody. And this is, I think, for all of the games. I'm not quite sure, but I think all of the games have this. No, I will have to probably ask my son, but usually they would use Skype, right? And they are Skyping, 5, 10, 15 of them are how many of would it be realistic to set up a sort of pen pal situation where different classrooms can play and do that? Yeah, definitely. For collaboration, I think Minecraft would be perfect, because you could have like a 3-4 classrooms from 3 different parts of the world, or whatever, few countries, and you can divide students from different countries to do. One group should create, I don't know, let's say a Colosseum, the other group would create something. McDonald's, like my son was creating McDonald's, and they would collaborate together and maybe comment on other works of other colleagues and students. So I think that would be fun, definitely. What do you think?
Yeah, there's one catch. It's $30 per student, or maybe less if you get an educator You can organize maybe to get it down to $20 per student. You can go to Minecraft Edu. By the way, it's just been bought by Microsoft. I'm not sure if you can still get the original Minecraft Edu, but educators are advising that you try and do that. If Minecraft Edu can host your server, it'll cost more when it's not available except through Microsoft. So there are other places that you can do that, though. So it's probably convenient to get a host.
No, without server, just the game. Just the game.
Or you can hire Philip. Hire Philip. He can set up a server.
Yeah, Philip can set up a server. Yeah, he was asking us to give him more money so that he can either buy a place online where he can have a server of his own. He's still asking us that when we told him that depends on his grades, because he's very bit lazy for learning, for studying. He's very intelligent and he does lots of things, and he even plays the guitar. He's like multitasker all in all. Yeah, and but I think just the game is about $30, right, Vance? And for server, you can have.
Now, yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You can explain better.
Well, okay. The $30 buys you a username. Everything else is free. So if you want to download the server software, you can get that from Mojang, or now it's mine. Maybe it's. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, Mariana. It's okay if you need to leave. No problem. But anyway, yeah, you can. You have to register a username, and then you can download the software anywhere you like. You can put it on multiple devices, but you can only use the one login. So the software is freely available, including server software, and so that's what you have to pay. But it's and you can get. Through Minecraft Edu, for example, you can get a reduced price per student, but you still have to buy something for each position. You have to pay something for each position. So it's probably a good place to get a grant to support your small-scale endeavor. You could do that. So it's not something that you could do for free with a whole lot of students, but if you started small, since everyone has to learn about Minecraft before you can really do anything with it, you'd probably just want to start it in your local environment, use it with students, get the students interested together, and for a few $100s, what's 10 students for $300? I don't know how much money you can raise, but anyhow, the class would be like 600 maybe. So if you had that, and you can of course rotate your usernames, you could control the usernames. So you could just buy some usernames that would get the people in the course, or a small group, maybe a club, start a club, get them to show you what they can do with Minecraft, because it's not something that you need to know about. It's something your students need to discover. And once they discover it and they figure out how to do it, they'll be miles ahead of you in no time.
Yeah, I don't know how daunting it is. For my son, it's definitely not daunting to create a server. But as Vance mentioned, Minecraft Edu gives discounts, I suppose, for schools, and they could host, right, your server, right, Vance? Because I haven't. Can they?
Say that again.
Can Minecraft Edu host a server?
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
That's again a little more money for them.
Yeah,
and it will be done on Microsoft.
Right? As an institution, you can get a discount, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. So you're still looking at maybe $100 to $1,000 or something like that to get set up.
I think you can even create your own free server. I think online. I would have Philip write details, and I could add that to the general document that you have asked questions. But that is only up to 5 or 10 people. I think you can't have more than 10 in, I think, free server online on Minecraft. So he was mentioning that to me already when we were playing in this year in the EVO MOOC. I think we had Jeff was the one or Aaron. I don't know who created servers this year for us.
Well, yeah, Aaron is hosting it this year, or he's managing it. He's it's in his office now, but it's just a box. It's nothing special about it. It runs on anything. people, sometimes if you take Minecraft courses, other Minecraft MOOCs, the first thing they tell you is how to set up a server. So you think, well, that's an esoteric thing. Well, I mean, Philip can do it. So that's, maybe you could it would be a good project for your kids. Get your kids to set up a server, so they could run it, manage it, maintain it. That would be, your students, I mean. And there's Philip. Hi,
yeah,
Philip.
that's Domago.
No,
That's the younger one. That's
the younger one.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, Philip was younger when he started playing. Domago is 10.
Yeah.
Okay, say hi because you can't hear them. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I will join you now. I will join you. Yes. Da, możesz. Okay.
They sent him in to get mommy.
Yeah, because he has to check his blood sugar, and I have to go. Okay, good. It was nice meeting you, Nathan. Vance, talk to you soon. I posted some of the things, and all of these questions, if you wish, you can add in the Google Doc, and I will try to answer it by Wednesday. I can't promise tomorrow because I'm traveling, but by Wednesday I will. Okay.
He's going to write his article about a week from now, so in the next few days. Yeah.
Good. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks a lot for coming along.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. So let's see, Nathan, would you like to try someplace where we can talk, or do you want to, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue this for a while? I'll entertain your text message. Okay. Shall we try another space then? Well, you've adapted. It's up to you if you want to ask me something in text chat. We could continue that way, or we could try something called Blackboard Collaborate, which is another space where we can talk. So this one probably works best as a recording. I mean, a recording, it works great if you have more than one person talking, like we had. Okay, do you want to type something in the text chat? Let me know what we're going to do. Yes, let's keep it here. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, so what else would you like to know? You've just said let's keep it here. We can work through the Google Doc, so I can articulate your questions if you have anything else you want to ask. Just to keep this interesting, I might just explain a little bit about what's going on until Nathan puts in a question. And what we're doing here, we started in a Hangout, which was working really well. We had a great conversation going. On the side, I decided to see if I could enter the chat through another machine and share my Minecraft screen. And that didn't work so well, but I had held two places in the Hangout. And my other place, I should have just left it there, but I decided just to leave the Hangout on that computer right in the middle of a conversation. I'm the host of the Hangout. I was active in another computer. And anyway, make a long story short, I closed the Hangout. It all bombed. It went bottoms up. We tried to open another one. We couldn't talk to one another, and maybe something going on with Hangout the second time trying to enter. So we came over to Blab. That's what we're doing now. So Nathan isn't able to enter. He's in Vietnam, so he is not able to talk here. Although he's here, as you can see, he's leaning in and out on the screen here. So he's asking, do you know of any existing ESL curriculum using Minecraft? As a curriculum, I'm really not sure. Jeff Kuhn has used it in teaching a writing course that he was. It was on disaster control. That was one aspect of it, or the paper. One of the projects was to get students to write about disasters, and so he got them into Minecraft, and he created some disasters. Minecraft is as we've learned this past year, you can set it up in creative mode, and you can even in creative mode or in monster mode, survival mode, where you can actually get killed. it's benign because when you get killed, you respawn. So that's spawn, S-P-A-W-N. So you can respawn. You'll respawn if you get killed. But basically, you have to consider that it has these different modes. So we start out in creative mode. We build a lot of stuff, and that's very interesting to learn about how to do it, how to build. And you can set the mode to be 0, 1, 2, 3 different levels of. It's called game mode. You can set the game mode to have different levels of things happening. Like you can turn off all the monsters off, or you can turn monsters on. So they, in creative mode at night, they come out and they'll be there, but they won't bother you. So it's just, you can get used to them. So in creative mode, you can build whatever you want. You have unlimited inventories. If you put the server in survivor mode, again, you can set it at different difficulty levels, and from easy to kind of challenging. So anyhow, I think Jeff probably had students get familiar with the space, and then he turned on the disaster, and the students wrote about how they coped with it and how they managed it. So that was, it gave them an experience, something they could write about, and they were all quite keen on the experience. So that's one thing that Jeff has told us about. Other ESL curriculums, yes, it gives you a lot of control over the context and the environment. Yes, it does. You kind of have to know about it. And that is, you have to experience it. I'm learning this in my second 5-week session as a moderator of Minecraft, but really I'm a participant and a learner. And it's very important, if you want to do it, if you think it's an interesting experience or will be interesting for your students, you should read a bit about it. Learn these questions. Of course, you can Google. You can find out other ESL courses using this. I got keen on it listening to a lot of podcasts. People were saying that it was especially used by ESL instructors. So the language benefits you can understand from the article that Philip and Mariana Smolchitz wrote with my research. When you read that, you'll understand a lot more about how it's used in how ESL people are using it. As far as having a whole curriculum designed on it, I would say the closest that I've read about are homeschoolers. Homeschoolers having the challenge of how to teach their kids are sometimes using Minecraft to try to build into the curriculum. Of course, they're very involved with their kids in the game. The kids are, they're learning how they can adapt the curriculum. Like one lady, for example, a homeschooler, was leaving signs up in Minecraft to guide her student into correct behaviors in Minecraft, and also into things that she wanted her to learn. So you can communicate in Minecraft, and we were talking earlier about how you communicate through third parties, especially through voice. So there's some software that gamers particularly like to use. That's you have to download it, but apparently they find it very useful. We have used Skype. Skype is not ideal when you've got a group together. Another question: what was your favorite creation or adventure from this year's Minecraft MOOC? I think probably my favorite was Mircea's roller coaster, which he's left a film on the. If you go down through the community pages, okay, we've had a couple of people join us. Not sure if I hope they're just going to listen. We're in an interview here, but I suppose I could lock the seats. Let me see if I can lock the seat. Okay, I've just locked. Okay, I've possibly locked people out. I'm not sure. Anyway. Yeah, when you go to the community page, our Google Plus community page, and you scroll down, you can find videos. What you should do to learn is really to play the videos. One of them is Mircea's roller coaster. He built a building where he established a roller coaster. He put a roller coaster up in it. We actually found him as he was building it. And so we saw it go up, and you enter the roller coaster by answering questions. And you can also, he shows how you can manipulate the questions so that you could actually, by answering 3 questions, you get this reward. You get to go and ride this roller coaster. It's interesting. If you go and see it, you'll see what I mean. We've all left videos up and pictures. Yes, and when you tour the server, of course, it's probably good if you wanted to meet us there. We could take you there. Or you might be thinking of something else. Yes, you probably wouldn't find that. You'd have to know where Mircea's places are. The one thing that people do in order to show each other places, they'll build railroads to them, or they'll build rails that usually is railroads, I suppose, tunnels. There can be subways. So there are a lot of places connected in our Minecraft server through a network of transportation. And so if you get on one, and Mircea builds his where you come to a place where you have to get out and set a switch like you would a railroad track. So yeah, LiftComms has joined us, or at least you can hear. Nathan is interviewing me about Minecraft course or session that I did for teachers, a 5-week session, and that's what we're talking about. We'll be talking for another 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, Nathan is in Vietnam. He's just not able to talk, so he's writing questions here. He's written out some questions in advance. If you want to see what we're doing, let's see. I could put a. I'll give you a tiny URL. No, tiny. Oh, sorry, tiny URL. Here we go. I'm writing it here. I'm waiting for Nathan's next question. Nathan is only able to text chat here. Okay, that will. URL.com learning together. That will tell you. That will give you some information about where. Yeah. Okay. LiftComms, nice to meet you. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Let's see new messages. Let me see if I'm. Okay. Would be about the course itself. Okay. About EVO Minecraft MOOC. That's actually a good question, because in learning about gamification, I've done some presentations on Minecraft in the course of this, and my presentations, I think I posted them to our. Actually, you can go to our. We have a list of missions. We have a missions list. It's in the sidebar. Yes, that's right. Orient, declare, network, and cluster. That's right. That's our. It's actually 5 elements. Orient, declare, network, cluster, and focus. Yes, the last step is focus. These are Dave Cormier's 5 steps of coping with MOOCs, and it's a 5-week session, so it works like a charm. The last couple of MOOCs I've led, I've structured them in this way. It's actually a good characterization of what happens in MOOCs. So people, when they get into the MOOC, they start orienting on it, and then that takes up the first week. Nothing much gets done the first week except people learn how to play the game. It's a game of gamification. You asked me about the course itself. It's kind of like Facebook. You go to Facebook, and what you need to do should be fairly self-evident. So when people come to our Google Plus community page, it should be self-evident what to do there. And there's a sidebar, and there's a syllabus, and the syllabus is actually called Getting Started. So Getting Started, you click on the syllabus, and there it explains how you find the missions. The missions are the tasks that you're supposed to do toward making a badge. If you go there now, you'll see that the post is pinned to the top, which is a picture of our badge, which we're about to award for people who've done all the missions. And for LiftComms, a MOOC is a massive open online course. Yes, thank you, Nathan. And yeah, it's a way of structuring open courses, basically. So and a MOOC is designed to accommodate any number of people. So we set up this MOOC, and if you go to that URL that I pasted in there, you should scroll down to the second event. I haven't removed the first event from Saturday, so this is the one from Sunday, and that'll give you some information about, I think it gives you a link to the Google Plus community page where we set up our course. So in any event, so if you go to the community page, you should be able from there to figure out what to do. So you go to the syllabus, it sends you to the missions list. The missions are patterned on those 5, what you can do to orient in the course. Basically, you Nathan, you went through this. You joined the forum. You submitted a form. We got your information. We got your user ID. So we knew how to whitelist you on the server. So the information you gave us got you into the course. Then we set up a spreadsheet where people could write down the missions they'd accomplished. And we asked people to do 10 missions, and after doing 10 missions, you get a badge. And that the badge is what we just created, and that's what's on offer now. So those badges led people through things like try this, try that, write a post reflecting on it, leading people into build something in our server, build something on the creative server. When we moved into survival mode, build something there, then write about what you find. So some people did that assiduously. We had probably about 5 to 10 people who actually earned the badge. I'd say 5 have earned it, but of course I've written the criteria for the badge that they have to accomplish a majority of the missions that we set. Basically, that Google Doc where they fill in the missions they accomplished is itself an open document. So anybody can go there. Anybody who's in this chat can go to the sidebar of that community space, and you can find that document, and you can look in there and see what people have done. So that's what gives a badge credibility. So you get this badge, and the badge itself has a link, and the link leads you to that evidence of what you did. So the badge itself explains what you did to earn the badge. That's its value. So it's not just a badge that says, I took this course, well, what did you do? You can you can click on that badge, and you can find with links to the posts that you made and that sort of thing. So yeah, and you said it was really straightforward. I appreciate that, because that's actually, this is our second year doing it, and I kind of made it to be like a game. So learning about gamification, we want people to go to this game space and then figure out what to do, and then do it. And we didn't really have a lot of questions about it, so I think we succeeded in that. So, okay, Nate says, thank you so much for your time. My last question would be about when the next course would be, and a summary of why an ESL teacher should take it. Okay, this is, as I explained at the start on the Hangout, which I'll try to, I hope I get a recording of this, and I can put all this together into one video. So as we started out in the Hangout, I was explaining that this all comes from TESOL, Teachers of English to Speakers of Other Languages. This is our umbrella group. And TESOL as a CAL-IS, Computer Assisted Language Learning Intersection, which I helped found some time ago. And they sponsor this. They've made this effort to run Electronic Village Online. This is the 16th year it's been run. It's kind of established now. So this is coming from TESOL, which is Teachers of English to Speakers of Other Languages. And all these courses that we put on the EVO sessions, so some of them are about ebooks, some of them are about pronunciation. There's a variety of courses. We call them sessions. We don't call them courses, but they are courses. So they're run every year, January and February, from, it's about 5 weeks in January and February. And this course will run again next year. The people are really, in fact, we did it last year, and then we restarted the community in the same community space as we did last year. That's by design. A lot of people, when they start a course or a session, they create a new space for it, even if they had a space before. So a lot of moderators run their sessions by creating one space, put that away, close the drawer, go back to another space and start that. But we keep ours in the same space. So this is a pattern. You asked me about webheads in action. That's something I started 15 years ago, and it's still going strong because it was my first EVO session. And that community is still quite alive and robust. So a lot of the people who come to my MOOCs are coming up through, and a lot of the people in EVO are also coming up through this community practice, webheads in action. So, so the people who come to the EVO sessions they're not all EFL teachers, but that's where it comes from. It comes from TESOL, and so the sessions we put on should be of interest to EFL teachers, and we get a lot of teachers of languages. And as we meet people in Minecraft, we meet teachers like Mircea teaching code, teaching maths. That seems to be what he does, but it all involves language. And yes, okay. So it's something, the more you learn about it, the more you learn how adaptable it is. It's player versus game. It's not player versus player. So how you construct the game, how you approach the game, lends itself to whatever your goal is. That's one thing that, for example, anybody who joins us in EVO Minecraft MOOC might have different goals. That's what MOOCs are about. Massive open online courses really address people's diverse goals because there's so many people who take them. So we don't assume that anybody has a particular goal that we're trying to focus on. Everyone focuses on his or her own goal. So that's somebody has said that when they were asked, wait, is Minecraft in the curriculum? No, the curriculum is in Minecraft, you see? So whatever you're trying to teach, whatever your goals are, you can probably, just by getting people in a game space, and it doesn't have to be Minecraft, it could be World of Warcraft or something like that, or Second Life, let's say. But whatever space that you become proficient in, and you want to make that your game space, it just turns out that Minecraft is very creative and compelling, and it works at very high up Bloom's taxonomy, and people do things, and they learn about why are you there? We're not gamers, we're there to learn. We're learning about how other educators approach their craft and how they use Minecraft with their students. And they basically create a space. It's kind of like building a library. You don't build it for a particular purpose, but if you want to go there to learn language, you can. If you want to go there to learn rocket science, you can do that. So probably if you were in Minecraft, you could build a rocket. If you know how to code, you can actually make Minecraft control things in the real world. And there's a bit of that going on. Someone constructed a telephone in Minecraft that actually makes phone calls. So there's some famous cases like that, but it's got quite a lot of potential. And of course, it's kind of like Oculus Rift. What is it for? You can adapt it to lots of different things, including language learning. So, if you've got a tool or a toy, then you play with it according to what you're trying to accomplish. Did that answer your question? And why should an ESL teacher take it? That's a question that if you read about Minecraft or if you learn about it, then and you become interested in it, and you see that from what you read or what podcasts you listen to, or if you go to these community spaces and you see what other people are doing with it, you look at some videos, go on YouTube, you see all kinds of stuff. A teacher, I think, should. There's somebody here who's wants to design a course to teach people things, and he's talking to me about I'm telling him, well, you should try Minecraft, and he says, well, how can we train teachers to do that? It's not like that. It's the teacher becomes interested in the space, and the students are already interested in the space because a lot of them are doing it. A lot of people I teach, they're doing Minecraft, So, in fact, a lot of teachers, whatever they happen to be teaching, are finding that their students are doing it and sneaking off and doing it. And so, well, let's bring this into the class, and then all of a sudden, in fact, one teacher has, here in UAE, has had her students that the curriculum is in it. She had the students will write down what part of the curriculum is in it, how does doing this address our curricular goals? Here are my curricular goals and your curricular goals, and how can doing this justify my bringing it into the classroom? You tell me how. And so the students, okay, so they start, okay, well, we're doing this. This is curriculum. We're doing this. So the students wrote it out. The students figured it out. And she says, oh, yeah, okay, so we can do that. And, making it student-centered as possible. That's right. Yeah, because what you find out with Minecraft is that you're actually learning from the students. And talk about language. A lot of teachers are finding that students that get the student to show you how to do something. When the teacher is going to be the one who gets stuck, because this is a game for young learners. So young people pick this up, like in no time. My 7-year-old granddaughter is just, she doesn't want to mess with creative. She wants to go right to the game. She wants to meet the zombies, But anyhow, boy, did I lose a train? Hang on a minute. Remind me, what was I saying? I have to scramble this thought back together. So students, yes, of course. Okay, the students who are, yes, well, not making it student-centered, but bringing language out. So when the teachers approach this with a mindset that students just naturally overcome, young people just naturally gravitate to this, and young people can actually explain to you what to do. So the teacher who is working with students is going to find that the student does something that, oh, how did you do that? How did you build that? And then the student will explain it to the teacher. And this draws out language. People are discovering that, they're creating documentation about this, that teachers who were reticent, or they weren't really reaching, or they had nothing to communicate about, all of a sudden you find you've got something to talk about, and language starts coming out because it's really communicative and authentic. Yeah, they teach and they explain to you how to do it. So you can get the students to write it out, get the students to create a document, crowdsource a document. How do you do this? How do you do that? So, so that it brings out a lot of language. Cool. Thanks, Vance. Yes, my pleasure. I always love to talk about this. I certainly hope this is recorded. It's being recorded. Maybe somebody who's joined us could explain to me how do I get the recording. This is my first time doing this. We had to come here because our Hangout crashed because of something silly I did. Okay, well, good. Well, yes. Well, it'll be, maybe you could write your notes in that Google Doc that we're all sharing. Maybe, okay, yes, you hit the buttons. Yes, that's right. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you very much. This has been a Learning Together session. This is the 28th of February, 2016. We started out in a Hangout on air. We crashed the Hangout. We decided to come over and try to break Blab. We've got some help here. Somebody named Lift Comms is helping us. So anyway, this is Vance Stevens in Al Ain, UAE, and I just got a prop. Oh, great. Cool. Thanks very much. And so this is, I'm talking to Nathan Beyerlein. He's editor of TEFLexpress, editor of TEFLexpress. He's in Vietnam. He's conducting an interview with the moderators of Minecraft MOOC, and I'm the one survivor. So that's what the game is all about. So anyway, thank you very much, and I'm going to turn it off now. And TEFLexpress.co.uk/blog/ Nathan is the editor of that blog. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording. Thank you. Okay, bye to you, Nate. So I'm going to pause the recording.